you want to count in, Veda? You sound sick.
I'm not. I'm phlegmy.
Oh,
You're just
that means sick.
dude.
Yeah, I'm so sick.
Oh, I'm too
Watch me
fucking
shred
sick,
these
guys.
rails.
Oh,
I feel like
God.
that was just a good start.
oh.
Just keep going from there.
Yeah, introduce us.
Oh, okay. Hi everybody. My name is Veda. I'm gonna introduce myself first.
Well, fine.
We all know
Yeah.
that you know,
Yeah.
shred.
Yeah, obviously I can shred. So there you go. My name is Veda. I will be the host for today's episode, which is episode number 46 of 4 Weebs That Anime Podcast. Thank you for joining us. Everybody else, introduce yourselves.
My
Ha.
name's
All at once.
every time. Still can't get it right.
Go ahead.
Go,
My
Liam.
name's Liam, and I won't do some weird, shitty anti-humor in my intro this time. I got exciting news. I've officially applied to go on the Japan group study trip in the spring. I haven't gotten in yet. I've only applied, but
Okay, but
Still.
So the
Now
big
I just
question:
good
wait.
luck.
Are you leaving room in your luggage for us?
No, I'm trying to pack light. I just
Okay.
spent way too much money on Black Friday in camera gear to take to Japan, so I hope I get in because
Okay,
like
but Liam,
yeah.
you need to go find yourself a gorgeous Japanese woman who has a giant house, or at least a big enough one that we can all go visit, and you just marry her,
Yeah.
and then we're just gonna go and live in your place
Your
for like
basement.
2 months.
I really
Hey.
like that we have Liam's
Mhm.
life planned for him.
I'm writing.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm writing it down in a notebook now.
Yeah, do that.
Become
Find a hot Japanese wife with
Become
a
the
large enough house
husbando
for
and
friends
then
to
just
visit.
yeah.
Become a sugar
become
baby.
gold digger husbando. Find sugar mama waifu.
Perfect.
I'm sure it won't be that hard. I'll be
There's
at
no
a
way that can
university.
go wrong.
I'll be going to Senshu University if I get in. And
Perfect.
university students, they're all rich and own houses, right? So what could go wrong?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Arigato.
dear.
That's exciting, Liam.
Marry me.
Oh,
Good for
God.
you. Oh my god, yes.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to say konnichiwa first.
Oh,
It's okay. Becca,
Well, I
do you
mean,
wanna
Wait,
I'll
go?
be-
saying thank you, marry me is just being like presumptuous in a good way. Just,
I'll be
just be like,
taking.
thanks. Don't even give them the chance to try and figure out what you tried to say to them. And then they'll just be like, hi! And then
They'll
you're
just-
like, done.
Just take the
Yeah, they'll just say something, and I'll be like, "Do itashimashite." I mean, I'll be taking a Japanese course next semester, so
Mhm.
I'll be able to.
at least say hi.
Hopefully, I'll be able to
Yes.
properly introduce myself without referring to myself as Liam's son.
Trust me,
Hajimemashite.
you learn how to
Totally.
say, hi, I'm this age and a student, like, the
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
semester.
Age, sex,
Really,
location.
really fast.
Yeah,
Yep.
super fast.
ASL.
All right,
ASL, send bacon pics.
Becca, do you want to go?
Oh, my name's Becca, and your borscht has made my heart tremble. So I will allow you to call me Sasha.
This sounds like they're
Hooray.
really pushing the Russian theme.
Oh boy.
My
That's
name's
me.
Leah. I didn't find a specific quote from the shit anime that Becca and I watched, but I guess if we really wanted, just envision some really obnoxious sexual sounds,
But there
and
was such
that's
a-
it.
Oh,
It was such a gold mine for shit.
Becca, my brain was just trying to like make it through and also not fall asleep because
Oh,
it was
my-
like 1 a.m.
We'll talk about it in a
We'll
minute.
talk.
All right.
Veda.
Sneaky Veda. Sneaky
you're
Veda
welcome.
who didn't even realize she sneakily practically gave us hentai.
Oh, I knew.
Why are you guys complaining?
Veda!
It was in the like the tags for the show. It says
Well,
like
it said-
hentai or not.
No,
you
it
never
says
told
ecchi.
us that.
Yeah, you're assuming that we would wiki this before we actually watch it. We
I
trusted
assumed you would look at them now.
We
Trust
trusted
broken.
you.
I thought it only said ecchi on the
Okay, it
mouth.
does.
Yeah,
say
it
that.
says
It says ecchi.
exactly.
action, superpower, supernatural, etchy, seinen.
Okay, sorry.
Sneaky
Veda.
Sneaky, vicious Veda.
Okay, whatever.
Can we talk about this so we can shut up about it
yes.
forever?
Yeah,
Please.
I was gonna ask you to talk about the bad anime first anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Probably
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I will read a description and then I will leave it to you guys.
You should tell us how the podcast works first.
Oh, right. Okay, so for those of you who don't
And maybe
know...
what the names of the anime are.
Yeah.
That too. And the theme. I think I had a theme.
She was gonna get there, guys.
No one trusts me. Oh my god.
Well, yeah, actually,
you're
I
so
don't trust you, so
sneaky.
never mind. She wasn't gonna get there, girl.
I'm so hurt.
Okay, shut up.
My
Anyway.
eyeballs hurt.
The way this podcast works is every week we have a marble draw, and there's 3 white marbles and 1 red marble. So whoever gets the red marble has to watch the bad anime, but they also get to pick the animes for the next week. And they also get to pick someone to watch the bad anime with them. So we do like 2 and 2 split. This week it was Becca who got the red marble.
No, man. I
No,
didn't
Leah?
fucking choose this fate.
It was Leah.
Oh fuck, was it
Leah.
me?
Nah, man.
I'm
Dun,
not prepared.
dun.
I thought it was
Uh-oh.
Becca. I forgot. Okay, that's fine. I have
All right,
animes I can
you
pick
you
later
got
at the
you
end of
have
the
time to get
episode.
something now.
I do. I'll think while you and Liam talk after.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Talk really slow.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
So Leah and Becca watched the bad anime for this week. And the theme I picked was kind of like action, superpower, supernatural kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Big
that is
titties.
the theme I picked.
Big titties.
Yeah, okay. And so the 2 animes are Seikon no Qwaser was the bad anime, or in English it is The Qwaser of Stigmata. And then the good anime was Kekkai Sensen, or Blood Blockade Battlefront. So we're going to talk about Seikon no Qwaser first. And the description is, at St. Mihailov Academy, a series of serial murders have taken place with all the victims being young women. Who is this rampant culprit, and which beautiful maiden will fall prey to his evil next? After a horrible day of being harassed by their classmates, the adopted sisters, Maifuyu Oribe and Tomo Yamanobe, stumble across an injured young man and decide to bring him back to their place to recover. That very night, Maifuyu ends up at the mercy of the infamous serial killer. Strangely, he demands not her life, but instead an icon left behind by Tomo's father. Luckily, Sasha, the mysterious young man that the sisters had taken in, comes to the rescue just in time, helping Maifuyu avoid the same fate as the other victims. Sasha reveals that he is a Qwaser, an individual capable of controlling scientific elements by partaking in soma, a miraculous essence found within the breasts of women. Manipulating iron. Sasha crafts a great scythe and slays the serial killer. He enrolls in the academy the next day, signaling the beginning of a very interesting school year.
I don't even know where to start.
No, there's a little bit more on Mal, isn't there? I read
There
something.
is.
There's
There's
the
Seikon
bit
no
about-
Qwaser is an action-heavy story that doesn't
Yeah.
shy away
Oh,
from fan service.
What kind of
Yeah,
action?
that's the part I want to hear. Is the
Also,
fan
like, the
service
bottom
part.
of it reads, it's like, it was also heavily censored during its initial broadcast due to an excessive amount of sexual content.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever read that part in the last
Yeah,
episode?
Veda.
No, I usually cut out the bottom parts on Mal.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time. You can do the whole thing.
Okay.
Leah, how do you feel about this anime?
It was the bad anime.
I sent a message to the group earlier today. In our last episode, we're talking about like how awkward it would be for someone to walk in while you're watching Keijo.
Yes.
I wasn't prepared to be watching this. I was like, I feel like I could easily explain Keijo versus a fucking like boob sucking hentai.
Accurate.
Like,
Yup.
my for real initial thoughts, and these are all based off of the first minute of the show, I wrote them down, was holy boob slosh sounds.
Slosh?
Slosh. 2, well, that's a really annoying voice. Distracts from boobs. And number 3, am I the only one who feels really bad for the moth?
I felt bad for the moth too.
Yeah.
Because I watched the first bit before the intro.
So we'll
What
get
is
to the
this
moth
moth?
after. We'll get into it, but
Okay.
those were just my initial thoughts. But Becca?
Oh boy.
My initial thought was, oh shit, fuck, am I watching the wrong show?
Yeah.
Oh shit, fuck.
Sorry, keep going.
I was gonna say, and everyone keeps talking about this moth, but I was too busy thinking, fuck, I must be watching the wrong show. What am I actually supposed to be watching? And my third thought was, wait, I thought we had a rule about not picking hentai for this show, for this podcast.
Sneaky Veda found a loophole.
It's technically not hentai.
Okay, yeah, because fucking Mal doesn't have it tagged as such. We'll talk about it.
Was there penetration?
No, so technically it's not. Well, it's technically not, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
All I was going to say, and I was telling Liam and Becca this beforehand, that while I was searching for a site to watch this on, I came across the link that said, like, Qwaser no stigmata, whatever, uncensored, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to click on that link, because it's probably, like, porn, but, like...
It can't possibly be the show I
have
watched.
Yeah,
exactly. I was like, well, that can't be it. So I click on another link that doesn't say uncensored, and then I watch the first fucking minute of the show, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I guess the first one was the right link in the first place.
Can we talk about that first minute?
Yes, we definitely can.
Fucking tits and vag in the first minute.
And not even in a hot way. Like, her boobs are too big.
No, like, I've watched enough hentai that it's definitely, like, in a hentai style.
Yeah, like, it's too much. I'm like, her voice was so annoying. I was like, well, I'm gonna hate you instantly.
I was still in the panic of, oh fuck, what am I supposed to be watching?
See, ironically enough, I was, like, somewhat okay with that first scene. I was like, oh, here we go. It was all of the, like, boob-sucking stuff that, like, caught me off guard, and, like, honestly...
Can we reserve, like, 10 minutes to talk about the boob-sucking all by itself in a couple of minutes?
Yes, definitely can.
It was just, like, you see a lot of animes where, like, people's clothes get, like, torn asunder, but it's only really the hentais that you start to see the skin underneath.
Yeah.
The full-on... Okay, so basically the first minute of the show, this very, very, very bustuous anime character is, like, chained to a wall, and there's this, like, cloaked figure who's, like... You know, whatever,
taunting
doing
her.
Evil ranting,
doing the evil robed figure bullshit that they always do.
And the moth comes in because they keep kind of, like, going from, like, the cloak figure to the girl to this, like, moth on the wall, because why not? That's what they're doing. Like this giant moth. And anyway, so this person's taunting the girl on the wall and starts, like, ripping her clothes off with his scythe, and, like, the clothes come off and her boobs, of course, just, like, unleash and are just, like...
Unleash.
Don't they all just unleash?
Unleash the boobs.
Like, don't your boobs just flail when you let go?
It, like, slowly makes the way up from, like, her lady bits all the way up to the boobs, and then, like, snap, shirt open, boobs everywhere. Of course, she's making the terribly obnoxious... like sounds that you just want to literally
a velociraptor
die.
Yeah, like a sexualized velociraptor.
So bad. And anyway, I think basically, long story short, he cuts her or whatever, and all this big, thick, gloopy blood just, like, sloshes onto the poor moth on the wall, and it just, like, falls down dead because it was, like...
Poor moth.
Like,
wow.
Maybe that moth should have applied for less of a supporting role and more of a main role.
I guess so.
Oh god.
I just felt bad for it.
I felt... yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah,
that was the first, like, minute.
And then really, it kind of gets normal for a bit, almost. It almost gets like, normal for an anime.
Kind of think you're okay. I was like, okay, so it's gonna be fan servicey, but, like, whatever, not a big deal. No. Raw.
So bad. So many boobies.
But not in a good way. Like,
no.
I mean, like, you know, I was thinking about it. You know how in school there was always that running joke about how Leah loves boobs or whatever?
I was just gonna say, Leah's the authority on boobs, as boobs are her favorite.
And I mean, I'm pretty much straight, but I still enjoy boobs. I feel like people do, but this show, no.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I'm completely with you, because I agree. Boobs? Yay! This show? And boobs? No. It's like, okay, so this ties in later to another episode, but it's kind of like, you know, you hear stories about, like, women breastfeeding their children to, like, weird ages, like 7 or 12.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
show made me feel uncomfortable like
So
that.
uncomfortable.
Oh.
And okay, the thing I was gonna say before, and like I know we'll reserve some time for the boob discussion, or we can have it now.
No, let's just
whatever.
do it right now.
Let's just do it right now. Okay,
Yeah.
I had texted Veda last night, going, "What the fuck am I watching?" And then I started saying like, "There's just like boobs and like breast milk everywhere," and then I like realized later because like. The first scene that you see someone like sucking on one of the boobs looks like breast milk is coming out, but then later you realize it's just like saliva.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I don't know if that's worse or better.
It's all worse in this show. The fact that there's fluid and all that come out of the the whole nipple sucking thing weirds me out. Like just straightforward, like right out there, nipple sucking weirds me out. Let alone this show, which, like, the entire premise is that Sasha or Alexander or fucking Blade McGee, whatever he wants to call himself, gets his power from drinking soma, quote unquote, which essentially is a fluid that comes out of these women's breasts when he sucks on them.
So it is a fluid? It was really confusing. Like, there were some scenes where it looked like it was coming out of the boob, and others where it just looked like he was really sloppy.
Well, there's some really weird boob sucking scenes. Like, a lot of somebody put a lot of work into, like, articulating the tongue involved with the nipple during the sucking. Like, that's the part that, like, makes me, like, really... just adds, like,
just
fine
like
detail.
cringy.
It's...
Yeah.
And
like,
especially because it is gross, because, like, the male character is more of that young boy...
He's 13.
Kind of look. Oh, he's 13.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's just really uncomfortable. It's not even like it's, like a grown man or whatever. And it's just fucking weird.
Yeah. It's a 13-year-old sucking on the boobs of, I'm assuming the girls are like 15 or 16.
Oh my god. Can we laugh about the like, so like one of the main characters has like huge boobs.
The mentally challenged one?
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. But can we just laugh about the first time you see her and it's them like running to class and her boobs
oh no,
just, like, flying all over the place. But at the same time it was kind of realistic, like how they moved.
What show is it where there's the fucking like bullet scene with the boobs? We
watched School of the Dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
The boob physics.
It's like that kind of boob physics, except less vicious.
Where the boobs move at a force of like 10 Gs or something.
Yeah. Like, it's just... So, anyway.
So funny.
Her boobs
Her character pissed me off.
Her boobs are a main character in this show.
It is. They literally make her like the stereotypical ditzy idiot whose only purpose is to be the boobs in the situation.
But she's seriously, like, it was really offensive at a certain point. I was sitting there, I was like, are they trying to make her seem like she's mentally challenged? Because that's how poorly they treat this girl. Like, there's a scene where they're learning how to swim, or they're in a swimming pool, and the poor fucking... this, like, 15 or 16-year-old doesn't even know how to hold her breath under the water.
Oh, no.
That's how stupid they make her, and it's really offensive. Like,
it is. Like, it's too much. Like, I get the whole, like, big-boobed kind of ditz character, but this was, like, just a little much. Like,
it's like, how much dumber can we make her? I did not like that at all. Like,
no.
Just, like...
She was just such a plot device, and, like...
Yeah. And
just... Yeah. No.
And the entire thing. Well, and like the second, so going back to the first episode, like first you see her running and her boobs are going everywhere, and then she trips, and all you see is her like grabbing her ass in her panties. Like
for the skirt that's not going to cover them anyway.
Yeah, the skirt that never covers anything. Like there's so much camel toe in this show. That it is a second character only to the boobs. Like,
so much. Another boob thing I noticed is, so the red-haired girl, the other main character, is...
Yeah.
There's this one part where she's being threatened by some evil person, and, like, okay, she's got, like, normal size boobs. Like,
for anime,
not big, not small, whatever. Normal size for anime, okay?
Yeah.
As soon as she starts being, like, pinned up against something and, like, threatened, it's like they made her boobs, like, 3 times bigger. Just to seem, like, more appealing.
They do that stuff like that, though.
Do you notice?
But it was like I noticed
like really bad.
A lot.
Did you Did you notice that they changed? Like they really pushed the whole like, oh, she's a tomboy prince type in the first episode, and then she definitely like becomes more useful to the plot as the show goes on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what I was going to say about this show, because it's just like, do you like boobs?
Yeah.
Yes. Then watch this show,
Okay, but
guess.
even then, I would disagree. It's just obnoxious. It's not... I mean, I guess some people probably like that, but...
Yeah, there's a few more questions.
Oh,
do you like being offended? Yes.
Yeah. More with the boobs, because we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
There's the one scene where an evil person is holding the really, really, really big-breasted girl. And I don't know what happens. Or the funky nipple part, you know, where it's like they make it look like, so whatever, she's exposed. It looks like the nipple is like an inverted one. Kind of, and then all of a sudden,
it's like her nipple's living inside her boob until you like touch it, and then her nipple escapes from the boob.
What the hell?
Like, yeah, it's weird. It
was really weird, really gross.
Very hentai-ish.
I was like, that's not how they work.
Last time I checked, yeah, no, they're not mini vaginas. Weird.
Nope.
Yeah. I feel like we could talk for like the entire episode just about the stupidity of the boobs. The really weird, like, every time... Can we talk about Sasha/Alexander, the fucking scythe cutty dude who's supposed to be the main character?
Yes.
The first time we're introduced to him, the blue-haired girl runs him over, and of course it's the typical, like, her boobs land on his face.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, of course, she's screaming because she landed on somebody, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But rather than actually get off of him, it then proceeds into him grabbing her boobs and, like,
and then, of course, she does the whole...
her.
Oh,
yeah,
like, stays there.
Really weird.
So cringy.
And then you come back to the fact that guy's 13, and she's, like, at most 16, and this is a really weird show, and I'm still certain that I watched the wrong thing, like...
And it's so tropey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that whole, like, you know, falling on this, like, scene, she doesn't do anything about it, it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm enjoying this, but I'm mortified at the same time.
They do save the whole walking in without knocking until the third episode, though.
That's
so, like,
true.
Congratulations for the restraint on holding off on that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk a little bit about the Sasha character, because... Like, I kind of thought, so as fucking annoying as most of the show was, I kind of thought the whole underlying, able to move metal and stuff was kind of a cool idea.
Well, hold on, let's just back up and maybe briefly
Should we explain anything about the show besides the boobs?
This show, which isn't much of one, but...
I think what I was really curious... Okay, so I watched the first 10 minutes or so, and I posted in our Facebook group, do I have to watch all 3 episodes if the show is a hentai with too much plot?
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is exactly how I feel that the show is. Anyway, carry on. Tell me what the plot is.
Oh. I don't even freaking know.
Yeah. There's a bunch of people. They like sucking on boobs to get soma, because soma gives them power. Some of them can control metals, which is kind of neat, because they, like, explain it on, like, a molecular... level with, like, magnetism and stuff like that, which was the part that I was like, that's a lot of thought put into a show about boobs.
Magnets, dude.
Yeah.
And the main character can, like, control iron, so he can make weapons out of them and stuff. And I was like, that's kind of cool. And the main character is, like, super, like, assholey and bitchy, so it's not quite the same as every other harem where the main character is all like, boobs, what do I do with them? Nosebleed, nosebleed, nosebleed. He's all like, fuck you bitches, I'm too cool for your shit.
Oh, he, like, checks out all their boobs and, like, analyzes them for their, like, potential power.
But first introduction, he's all like, bitches, I know what's up, I don't give a shit about you. And he's all like, he's playing hard to get, which is ridiculous. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah. He's almost likable, because he's a little different and you don't quite expect it, except he says some of the most bullshittiest of bullshits.
Yeah.
Things like, if you're powerless, you should just stop trying. And I wrote down my other favorite one, which is super great, after a blue-haired girl has her boobie sucked on by the bad guy. Your soma was forcefully removed from your body. It will put a stain on your body, which I'm like, gee, if that isn't rape culture and like how women are treated about rape,
Yeah.
well, maybe not so much in this very moment, but in a lot of places, somebody forcefully took something from you. Now you're dirty. Deal with it, bitch. And that just completely erased like any likability for this character whatsoever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
Yep.
I almost wonder if this show was written by trolls from the internet.
When did the
Maybe.
show come out?
2010.
Oh my
That's
god,
not-
really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
that's kind of appalling.
Well,
But,
Sad.
Well, and like, the thing that's the most ridiculous is I think this is the best quality stream I've ever found on GoGo Anime.
Yeah, actually, the stream quality was pretty good.
That is so bizarre.
Is it
no, you're
though?
actually really right.
Well, maybe it's because they like had to get it off the Blu-rays to get it uncensored.
Or maybe it's because it's porn, so somebody put a bit more forethought into it
Yeah.
than the people that are uploading something like 009-1 that's like a bootleg from a bootleg from a bootleg from maybe a legitimate source. Probably not, though. Like,
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
like
Oh god.
the show has
But,
20. The show has 24 episodes.
Oh my god.
I don't know
Oh
how.
boy.
Like, so they start bringing in this, like, little Lolita girl who's, like, seems like some weird, like, vampirish thing in the first 2 episodes. It's
Yeah.
just her, like, on, like, crying over her mother's coffin, but, like, you can't see what the mother looks like. And she's obviously all creepy and whatever.
Kind of like a vampire. That's
Yeah.
pretty much exactly how they set it up. Is she's like
Yeah.
taking care of her vampire mother in a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, eventually, they end up being, like, unleashed upon the world, and the little Lolita girl is gonna attend their school. And her mother turns out to be this, like, weird robot, geometric shaped thing
Okay.
that I can't really
Yeah.
describe. Anyway, you find that out because the little Lolita girl is, like, gonna live with 2 of the really, like, popular posh girls at the school, and they, like, take her shopping because they want to, like, dress her up like a doll. But the one girl is, like, a total perv, and, like, you can tell from, like, the second she lays eyes on the little lolly
Would
that
you-
she's, like...
Would you say she's a hentai?
I guess so. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Kara.
She's all, like, you can tell she's totally into her and wants to, like, you know,
Into the little girl.
do things to her and whatever. Anyway,
Get promiscuous
the
with her.
little girl, like, basically sets a trap on this... The older girl, when they're in the change room, like, makes the lights go out and then pretends to faint. And then while the little girl's fainted, the older one, like, basically goes to, like, start sucking on her arm because her skin looks so soft. And blah, blah, blah.
Ugh.
And then the little lolly girl comes back and is like, I knew you were a pervert. And, like, unleashes her mother on her. And then, like, I don't even fucking know, but whatever. Oh, she was...
Maybe
one
if you
part...
serve me, I'll let you kiss me somewhere better.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, God.
That was it. Yeah.
Lift skirts with a black void under the skirt, clearly censoring what we all know is there, but she's a little girl, so you can't show it.
/ that's the reason why this anime is not technically a hentai.
So gross, though.
Actually, I think that's probably why, because every time you never actually see the, like, there's so much camel toe, but you never see,
No,
like, a full-on
I'm pretty
vagina.
sure at the very first, like, the beginning of the very first episode, you see a vagina at least once.
But, like,
'Cause
not uncovered.
Yeah, uncovered.
I thought it
'cause
was
the
still, like-
monster's, like, ripping her clothes off.
Yeah, but I thought, like, it was still slightly... I don't know. I would say I'd go back and watch it,
I
but
don't
I'm not
remember
going to.
seeing any
Maybe I'm
vaginas.
just... Maybe I'm
Like,
just
he, like,
hoping
or the
there's...
person, like, moves the scythe over
Oh.
her underwear so it looks really,
Yeah,
like...
Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
don't
but
even-
you
I don't
never
even
actually
wanna-
see the whole thing. And even when they get out of the bathtub, it's like that little bubble cloud just
Bubble
chilling.
cloud.
I feel like this was payback for Diabolical Lovers. That's what I'm going to chalk this up to.
Okay, I had to watch that too. Actually, no, I didn't, but I watched the video of it anyway, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah, and then like all your YouTube recommendations become like Diabolic Lovers best
Yes.
bite scenes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Not saying that happened to me.
It
But
happened to
it
me.
happened
That's
to
because
me.
that's the one I watched.
I haven't been on YouTube since.
So triggered right now.
Mhm.
Do we want to Do we want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I don't know. Chat? Like, I feel like we could have had a better boob rant, but really, when it comes down to it, like, it's just annoying. Too many boobs. Not even good boobs. Wasn't expecting
Oh,
it.
shame.
Obnoxious characters.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit what the storyline is, because...
Who cares?
That's
boobs.
not... Exactly. I'm like, that's not what this is all about, because this is pretty much a hentai. And wouldn't even be a good one, so... I'm gonna say I'm not gonna watch anymore.
Probably
Becca?
safe.
This is a real hard one for me. See, I feel like if I were in a different kind of mood today, I've kind of been like down. I think it's partially the weather and partially the time of year, and I'm just
it's fucking cold right now.
Well, and I'm currently working retail, and retail kind of like
sucks your soul out and then
it
stomps on it, especially in the Christmas season.
It makes you hate people because some people are really rude. So I was not in the fucking mood for this bullshit. I feel like if it were a different day, if I were a little bit happier and like in a different state of mind, I would be like, holy fuck, someone made this?
I don't know, Becca. I was in a decent state of mind, and it's more of like, oh my god, why did someone make this?
Well, that's exactly, because then I come back to like the most like horrible way they treated the blue-haired girl, and like some of the shit that the main character that we're supposed to be rooting for says, and I'm just like, nah, there's better hentai out there that is less squicky, because the whole nipple sucking thing is fucking gross to me.
Yep.
Other people, whatever. But to me,
oh my
gross.
gosh. I'm really sorry. We forgot to mention the one cliche. The quote-unquote nun character who happens to be the main one that he, like, sucks from. And I'm like,
oh god.
You just gotta hit every single stereotype fantasy they possibly can.
Oh, the part where he's, like, on top of her and he's like, sorry, I only suck from your left boobie, let me suck from your right boobie for a bit.
To make the colors match. So bad. And then, of course, it's the whole, no, don't. But then she's, like, loving every second of it. Like, oh, just fucking kill me.
Anime orgasm noise.
I say that to myself often. Just fucking kill me.
All meant in sarcasm. Not serious, but still.
Anyway. This show sucks. This show's not good.
Ha! Sorry.
The type of people that would watch this show and enjoy it are probably not the type of people that our taste would compare very well.
Did no one appreciate that pun, or was it really just
I appreciate the pun.
That was unintentional, just for the record. I never intentionally say puns. Because I'm not that clever. I'm not going to watch any more of this. I don't encourage anyone else to watch any more of this. I think we should pretend this never happened.
I concur. It didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Except for when we take a revenge on Veda.
I'm sorry.
Then it will be swift.
I didn't think it was gonna be like
Justice
that bad.
Swift.
Is this like better or worse?
I haven't picked my anime yet. Maybe I'll go through now and just find something extra.
Except it'll end up being us watching the shitty one again somehow.
I know.
Is this better or worse than the Boku no Pico incident?
Honestly, Boku no Pico was at least entertaining. This was just dumb.
Well, and you know what to expect from Boku no Pico? So
exactly.
Like quality-wise, no, they're not comparable. But, like, feeling weird and, like, bad about it. Like, Boku no Pico's just, like...
shock value. Like, you know it's gonna suck and you're a terrible person for watching it, but at the same time you're, like, laughing your face off. This is just, like...
This is just like, why isn't it done? Yeah. Really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yep. Thanks, Veda. Love
You're welcome.
Fucking sneaky Veda.
I honestly didn't think it was gonna be that bad. I thought it was just gonna be like a High School DxD or something.
Well, because I remember when you read, like, something about, like, they need to suck on boobs for power, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be fucking weird. I wonder how they'll do that. Blatantly.
Very blatantly.
And she just conveniently forgets to read the rest of the description.
Well, I just, like, usually at the bottom of the description just ends up being some sort of, like, notes or extra things.
It.
You know what?
I know, but...
I saw that bit about fan service after watching the first episode, and I was like, this is not fucking fan service.
No.
This is the fans are getting more than service
real
here,
deal.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Yep, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yep.
Talk about the good anime for a bit. I hope it was great.
Yeah, okay.
My turn.
Yay. Me and Liam watched the good anime, which is Kekkai Sensen or Blood Blockade Battlefront. And the description is supersonic monkeys, vampires, talking fishmen, and all sorts of different supernatural monsters living alongside humans.
This one
This has
sounded
been
good.
This has been part of daily life in Hell Salem's Lot, formerly known as New York City, for some time now. When a gateway between Earth and the beyond opened 3 years ago, New Yorkers and creatures from other dimensions alike were trapped in an impenetrable bubble and were forced to live together. Libra is a secret organization composed of eccentrics and superhumans tasked with keeping order in the city and making sure that chaos doesn't spread to the rest of the world. Pursuing photography as a hobby, Leonardo Watch is living a normal life with his parents and sister. But when he obtains the all-seeing eyes of the gods at the expense of his sister's eyesight, he goes to Hell Salem's Lot in order to help her by finding answers about the mysterious powers he received. He soon runs into Libra, and when Leo unexpectedly joins their ranks, he gets more than what he bargained for. Kekkai Sensen follows Leo's misadventures in the strangest place on Earth with his equally strange comrades as the ordinary boy unwittingly sees his life take a turn for the extraordinary. Okay. So, Liam, do you want to go with your thoughts first?
Sure. I think I mentioned this last episode. I had definitely seen this at Odafest this summer. Just I don't know if I can't remember if I watched the entire first episode or just bits of it, but I did check it out at one point when I was trying to kill time.
Yep.
And I kind of forgot about it. And watching the 3 episodes, it was better than I remember. But
That's
my
good.
initial impressions were that there's like a lot of cool stuff, but there was like too much going on. So like too much cool stuff, maybe. Yeah, those were my initial thoughts.
Okay. When I first started watching, actually, like, the first couple of minutes are kind of confusing. So when I started the first episode, I thought I was on the wrong episode, because it felt like the ending of the show in a weird enough way. Like, because I was like, I don't understand what's going on. He was just sort of, like, jumping around, and they're doing, like, all this, like, dramatic, speaking and, like, narration in the background, and I was like, I don't understand why this is happening.
I found the first episode pretty confusing in general.
A little bit, yeah.
But
yeah, I really like...
That kind of fits the spirit of the show in a way.
A bit. It's a bit, like, haphazard.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be in, like, chaotic New York City, you know?
Yeah, so it kind of works.
New York City, more like New York shitty, right?
Oh, it is covered in weird smog mushroom cloud thing.
I like how that's the city they picked for, like, a really diverse setting, though.
It's actually really interesting to kind of see, like, this weirdly broken down New York with, like, all this smog and, like, all of these, like, alien creatures kind of walking around. I really, really like the setting, and the art, like, the background art for New York looks really fucking good. Like, that was one thing, like, I noticed at first. I was like, am I watching a movie? Because the background art looks really good, and you don't usually get, like, really detailed backgrounds.
Yeah,
like you do sometimes, but...
Do you know what studio this is?
It's Studio Bones.
Okay, that's what I thought. It looks like a Bones anime, and obviously, like, they got the solid quality going on. Yeah,
they do. And yeah, so, like, it's in general, like, everything about the show looks really nice. Like, the backgrounds look really, really nice. I personally really like the character designs. And, like, the alien creatures are really kind of creative. Like, they just have, like, weird, quirky designs, and you're like, oh, what's that? Like, every time something walks on screen, you're like, what the fuck is that thing? Oh, what's that thing? Like, there's always stuff to, like, kind of look at, which is really neat.
I found the supersonic monkey was a little, like, generic, cute animal, but the idea of it was a little unique.
That's true. It was kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
Because I almost forgot about the whole monkey thing. Because they kind of glaze over it at first. They're just like, there's a monkey thing. We're not going to talk about that any further. It's just there.
But the monkey kind of becomes like the standard animal companion sidekick.
Yeah.
But, like, doesn't do a whole lot, but he's there.
He's there to, like, make squeaky noises and look cute.
Speaking of character designs, what did you think of the main character?
I don't know. I really like his character design, and I'm just like, maybe it's the goggles, and I'm like, ooh, they're kind of like steampunky
it's
goggles.
so Digimon, though.
Oh,
his
it
goggles
is
combined with his hair makes it way too Digimon.
I
like
even
the goggles.
think about that.
I think they could have maybe tweaked the character a bit, just a little bit, to make it slightly less Digimon.
Generic?
That's fair.
It's not generic. It just looks a lot like what Kai from Digimon, but
Okay, yeah.
they kind of animate him so his eyes are like they always look like they're closed, which
Yeah.
was annoying me at first. But then in the
They have
first
a
episode,
reason.
they reveal that he's like been given the gift of like the all-seeing god eyes, so he opens his eyes and they're like big
They're
blue like cyborg eyes, and that looks really cool.
It does.
Ooh.
So like his eyes are closed most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, they're animated to look like they're closed, but it's kind of like those permanent smiley eyes.
Yeah, I'm just watching the trailer right now.
Which kind of fits his like happy-go-lucky character in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and like, so that kind of helps accent his like power.
Yeah.
The really flashy blue eyes.
That is true. And like a lot of stuff, it fits with the show because a lot of the show is very flashy. Just like with all the action and like the set pieces and everything. There's lots of stuff going on all the time.
It looks kind of cool. I don't know.
It is pretty cool. Can I just talk about the music for a second?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna mention that too.
I enjoyed this show, so most of mine's like, I liked this, I like that. But the music they use, like, when they're doing, like, action scenes and stuff, they have this, like, really up-tempo, kind of jazzy radio-style music.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love that kind of, like, when they have different types of music in anime, and, like, it just sounds so good, and I'm like, this is very New York to me, because,
is it, like, Cowboy Bebop style?
A little bit.
More like kind of New York swing, or like bebop music, if you know jazz genres.
Yeah.
Like Cowboy Bebop?
Like Cowboy Bebop.
No, sorry, bebop is a genre.
I'm like,
Sorry, I studied lots of jazz in high school.
Yeah,
Bebop, it's like swing, but like a lot faster and smaller groups, focused more on like a lot of soloing.
Like the kind of jazz that you would hear in New York versus like New Orleans or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear lots of different kinds of jazz coming out of New York, but I guess that's probably one of the well-known ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they have like that kind of music for all of the like action scenes and stuff. Leah, were you gonna say something?
I was like, I just want to slide in here quickly because I'm just such a terrible podcast member. We ever mention if we were okay with OVAs or not? If they're still at
depends
that
on the
time.
OVA. If it's like
the
length of
if it's the
of
same
an
length,
episode,
it's okay.
I don't care.
So if it's at around that 60 minutes, then it's
sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, why not?
You guys should have said no, but okay.
Oh shit.
Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. But anyway, going with the music, but then sometimes they'll throw in like, other, like, it's not all jazz music. There's like other tracks as well. And there's a couple that are kind of more like techno electric-y sounding. Like they kind of sound like noise music in a weird way.
Okay.
I don't know, it kind of works for me because I'm like, this totally works with the setting because it's like this old school New York kind of meeting this weird alien futuristic weird creature thing, and it works. And like it helps portray the setting really well with the music, and I'm like, I like that. Nice job. Plus I like the music, so
I'm always scared when Veda says something's good because I worry that means I'll have to watch it and binge it.
We need to talk about Yuri on Ice after.
Oh my god!
Can we not talk about it tonight?
Let's not
go to sleep eventually.
Well, Becca, you haven't seen it, so
then we'll save it for the next episode then, because I actually wanted to actually talk about it a little bit.
We'll talk about it later. We gotta finish. Kekkai Sensen.
Sorry for the interruptions, listeners.
I'm being bad
today. We're making a podcast.
We're fucked today.
Deal with it. Yeah. It's snowing today for the first time of the year. I don't like it.
It's the end of November.
But it was so cold.
Anyway.
Talk about anime.
Do you have other comments on the music, Liam?
I was gonna say, I'm gonna watch Yuri on Ice soon, guys. The music, they animate a good edge to it that, just like the music was like well-fitting and unique enough. It was just like a good solid addition to it. What did you think of like the characters in what's the organization?
Libra?
The characters in Libra and their weird blood powers.
Yeah, I think they call it Libra or something, and I'm not sure if that's like the correct pronunciation, but it's spelt as Libra, so I don't know. It was weird.
Potato, tomato,
right?
tomato.
As for like the characters and stuff, like for anybody who's seen Dead Man Wonderland, the way they fight is kind of like that. Where they like have like the one dude has like a little device and they like click it and then like they bleed and then they have some sort of like power that comes with the blood. Like
nice.
The one guy has like a sword, but he can also use it as like a tracking device.
Like,
he can, like extend it.
Like in Kill the Kill.
Not really.
Oh god damn it, guys!
It's smart. I don't know. I found their powers, like the action scenes were, like when they're using their big attack moves, were animated pretty well, and like it was cool design wise, and was cool and badass and epic. But like I don't know, I find it was like a little bit off tone for the rest of the show. It's like the main character who's kind of like, I don't know, he's like a big buff dude, but he wears a nice suit and glasses, but he also kind of has like fangs. Like he's kind of like Beast from X-Men if he wasn't all blue. Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of.
He looks like a dog man.
I know.
Yeah, and then like there's a scene where they're getting attacked on the rooftop, and he's like, oh, stand back, I'm gonna use my blood power, and I thought that got just a little shonen-y for me. It's like he's gonna do his attack move, building up to the attack move. He's doing the attack move, and none of the enemies are doing anything. They're just standing there holding guns, doing nothing. Oh, they're all dead.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene. It was a bit weird.
Yeah, that part was a little
Yeah. Yeah, it does kind of go a bit tropey sometimes, like a little shonen-y. But like overall, like because everything is animated really well, I just sort of was like, I'm okay with this because I like shonen, so
I think they're just trying to hit their target audience.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The other character,
I think his name was like Zap.
Yeah, so he's like one of the other guys with the blood power. Like some of the action scenes with him had the same problem, but they weren't as bad as like the one in the first episode.
I think maybe the first episode they were just trying to be like, here's his special attack move, and there's just convenient bad guys who are just waiting to be hit, so we can show you it and how cool it is. They're trying to show off, but they're doing it in a really bad, like really poorly laid out way.
Yeah, but probably my favorite part about the show was like, especially in the third episode when they go down into like the underground to like check out some of the like the demon mafia bosses. Like the design for a lot of the monsters is pretty unique and cool. Even in like the second episode when there's like the guys in the illusion covered van that are like stealing bodies to eat.
The designs of those guys reminded me of like the one angel from Evangelion, like the first one, I think.
Yeah, some of them were definitely a little angel-y, like especially the mob bosses. They're very like they're all skeleton-y, but like really weird
got that
creatures.
Like goop pulling them together.
Yeah. The design of the show, I'm just gonna say my final thoughts now while I got it in my head. The design of the show was really good.
Yeah.
The animation was good, although a little like they could have maybe had it flow a bit better. And
I kind of
just like
there.
At certain points in the show there was like too many cool ideas at once. They needed to like refine it a bit more, other than just like chuck all the crazy shit on there at once.
That's fair. I can see that.
So it's like got lots of cool ideas, but just wasn't quite refined enough for me. And maybe like it was kind of intended for a little bit of a younger audience, or maybe it was just a bit too goofy for me. I don't think I'm gonna keep watching it, but I don't regret watching the 3 episodes.
The rating on Mal says it's actually R17 plus for violence and profanity. So.
I guess it does have a lot of blood in it. Like
that's true.
In terms of actual gore, not just the guy's special powers.
Yeah, that's also true.
There's one other thing I was gonna say about what was it? You talk, Veda.
I was gonna say, like, the show, as far as like the pacing and stuff goes, it seems kind of like more of a show where they show a lot of stuff all at once, but the plot only gets revealed very like little by little. So like each episode you get like a little bit of plot and then a whole bunch of other ideas going on at once.
So it's kind of like Buffy, where like it's like episodic with just a hint of come back next week.
Yeah.
It was, I guess it was a little bit monster of the week, but
Kind of, but also not, because I don't know. But
Could have been better.
yeah. But where was I going with this? Oh, there's it kind of reminds me of because Durarara was a lot like that too, where like lots of stuff was happening, but like not all of it like was directly related to the plot. And I've seen a couple people compare it to Baccano, and I haven't seen Baccano, but I could see that comparison because I know what it's about and stuff. But yeah, like that whole point is probably going to irk some people just because it's not a very linear plot and it's not a very linear story. Like everything just kind of was like they jump around a bit from stuff, just like each episode just kind of takes place. Like it's not in a like it's clearly at the same time, but every episode has something different going on. Like you said, it's like episodic, like Buffy is. But I don't know. Saying that, I really I like stuff that's kind of random and all over the place and ridiculous. So I enjoyed this show, and so I think I'm gonna keep watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say
list.
It kind of comes down to like either like this kind of show or you don't. That doesn't make the show bad. I mean, if I had less stuff on my list to watch, maybe I would put it on my list. But I mean, when I checked it out at Oda Fest, I didn't I didn't keep watching. Like, I didn't have a desire to watch more episodes after that. After watching 3 episodes, I like have slightly more desire, but still, like, it wasn't enough the first time.
Oh yeah,
maybe that's a sign it's just not for me.
That's fair. I mean, like, for me, as soon as they got to, like, stuff exploding in the first episode, I was like, this is pretty. I want to keep watching it.
Exploding things.
Sparkle.
People are exploding and dying. It's great. And it's pretty.
Classic Veda.
You know where my priorities are. It's clearly in things being pretty and dying, I
Blowing
guess.
up.
I hear that.
Yep. Oh, also, I was gonna say, I really, really like the outro to this show.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say that I forgot. The outro is like, it doesn't happen until the second episode, but the outro is pretty fun. It's like,
it's really fun.
You want to watch every time. It's probably better than the intro.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's it kind of reminds me, because it's just like them dancing on a stage, like all of the characters.
Oh my
and
gosh,
it's just really
you know
cute
how much...
and quirky, and I'm like, it kind of reminds me of, you know how they dance in the intro to Death Parade?
Yeah.
It reminds me
I was
of
waiting
that,
for
and
that.
I was like, I like this outro already. I'm gonna watch this every time.
You said them all dancing. I was like, Death Parade.
Yes,
Oh,
of course.
I need to watch that show again.
I got it. I
Get
got
it.
it in the
All right,
mail.
you
guys.
got
Well,
it.
I have picked my animes. If
Oh joy! All right, so I think
ready?
that's it. Like, I'm gonna keep watching. So, yeah,
Ooh.
we can
You
move
let
on
us
to
know.
marbles.
okay, I would like it disclaimed. Whoever gets the red marble, my choices hinge on if Veda is watching the bad anime or not.
Well,
Why?
okay then.
Because remember, what you're
Justice
gonna
will be
watch will be
swift.
shit, but if you take her down with you, it'll seem so much better.
Oh my god.
The joke here is that Veda always watches the bad one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I have 2 particularly bad ones here.
Okay.
From the
I'm
depths
worried.
of Mal, the depths of hell on
depths.
Oh
Mal.
no.
Yeah.
I've been saving these 2 for a while, so
Oh no.
we'll see which ones it ends up being.
All right.
That'd
so
be
we always-
spicy.
We always do marbles first, right? Every
Yes.
week I ask this
Yes,
question.
we do.
Yes.
Who wants to go first? I got your marble
Ready.
in my hand already.
I think
Somebody-
Veda should go first.
Me? Okay, fine, me.
Oh, it's a white marble. Aren't you lucky?
Of course.
You're not safe yet, though.
I'm still
Who-
not safe. No, I'm not.
Who would like to go next? I got your marble picked.
I'll go
Me.
next.
Okay, Liam,
Oh.
go next. No, Liam.
No, after you. No, after you. No, after you. I insist. Liam, you get a white marble.
Damn it!
Sick.
I kind of thought he might appreciate the bad one.
Oh no. Leah,
Yeah.
you get... Oh fuck, the red marble.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So this is where it gets interesting, because now I have to pick.
You have all the power.
So, Veda,
Mhm.
you're coming with me.
Oh god.
Now, I need to
Wonderful.
decide how appealing
How much do you
tentacles
hate me?
seem to me.
Ah, tentacles.
Oh,
Alright.
God.
We're just gonna do this. This one's been on my list for a while.
Oh,
Veda,
no.
we're gonna watch Dark Cat.
Okay.
It is
Dark
not
Cat.
a hentai.
Is that the bad anime or the good anime?
Yes, this is the bad one.
Do you promise it's not a
Okay.
hentai?
I promise.
I really
but
hope it is.
borderlines. So,
Clear.
my brain has already been warmed up for this, but now I'm taking Veda with me. Alright, let's do it. Hyoi and Ryoi, two brothers with the power to take form of cats, must unravel the mystery of a creeping tentacled demon plague before it consumes them and their classmates. Ultimately, they must confront their old dark cat master, Joko Kubo, though whether they can put an end to the evil that has been released remains a mystery. This has 4.04 on Mal.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh,
this
fuck.
is actually higher than the other one I was going to pick, so I'm going to save that one for later. Because
called
this one
Black
seemed
Cat?
a little more... Black Cat.
Dark Cat.
Dark Cat, sorry. Dark Cat.
I was gonna say, don't confuse it with Cuckoo.
Black
Sorry.
Bible. No, kidding. No, Dark Cat.
It's Bible
Okay.
Black. Jeez.
Bible Black. Whatever. Okay.
Lovely.
How
And for the
dare
good
you.
one, I don't know if either of you have seen this, Becca and Liam.
I guess
and
we'll
it's
find
kind of
out.
ironic because Veda was talking about it.
I
Bakano?
was? Oh, Bakano.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard of that one.
I
Okay,
have
but
not-
neither of you have seen
Bacano.
it? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
The Italian.
Cool. I've always wanted to watch this one. It's supposed to be really good.
Me too.
8.54 on Mal. Alright.
What's the
So-
theme this week?
Leah
How
was an
to
idiot
fuck
and ran
with
out of
Leah.
time and was just trying to think of the best way to fuck over Veda with a bad anime.
I love.
I
how
don't
that's
regret my decision.
Don't forget
Bakano
your
is
theme.
always on my list for a good one, so that's whatever. Okay. Okay. So during the early 1930s in Chicago, the transcontinental train, the Flying Pussyfoot, is traveling its legendary journey that will leave a trail of blood all over the country. At the same time in New York, the ambitious scientist Sillard and his unwilling aide Ennis are looking for missing bottles of an immortality elixir. In addition, a war between the mafia groups is getting worse. On board the Advina Avis in 1711, alchemists are about to learn the price of immortality. And then it just goes on to being like award-winning light novels, the same name, follows several events that initially seem unrelated both in time and place, but are part of a much bigger story. One of alchemy, survival, and immortality.
How have I just missed this entirely?
It's like,
You've never heard of Bakano?
Yeah.
I've heard of it and always meant to watch it. I think I've watched
Same.
the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I've heard.
I never
It
got
gets
into
slower, but it
Digibro.
gets really good, apparently.
I've heard Digibro talk about it a few times.
Mm.
Oh, I've also
There-
heard that the dub is better.
Well, yeah, they mentioned it a few times at Odafest because like J. Michael Tatum is in it,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and just a bunch of like solid Funimation actors and actresses are in it.
Mhm.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
Yeah, Digibro was talking about first episode of this one because he was saying it's kind of like first episode to Steins Gate. Like you get more out of it, more you
Later.
watch it.
The more
Like,
you-
Yeah.
it's got a lot of foreshadowing in it or something. I might be.
No, I think you're right, because I have watched, I think, like 2 episodes of this, and I was kind of like, why are people so crazy about it? But at the same time, you kind of get the vibe that that's how it's going to be.
There's
Hey.
something good later on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only 13 episodes, easy to get through.
True.
So there, that's the theme of this week. Really, really good and really, really shitty.
Aww. I
But
like
Hey, you're
how
on the good end.
I like how justice moves swiftly here.
Thank you.
Oh, yes,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Dark Cat is an OVA, but it's 50 minutes long, so you're actually saving like 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Life.
lucky you guys.
Oh,
But you have to watch
joy.
all of it.
I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Mhm.
I want to say, Veda, for the record,
Yeah.
I have seen all of Yuri on Ice currently.
Have you really?
So fuck you don't know me.
Then why didn't you tell me?
Because I was waiting to have a conversation
Becca!
in person. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
All right. Next week.
Woo!
Bye, listeners.
Social media
Tonight.
plug.
Oh,
You should all
right,
know it off by
fuck.
Oh,
heart by
shit.
now.
Unless you're new. If you're new
Mhm.
here, you can find us on Facebook, Podbean, iTunes. We're also on my anime list, and I hear we might have put out a second episode on YouTube, baby.
Yes, we have 2.
Neat. It's basically
Hurrah.
it's just our old episodes in video form for people that prefer to watch videos of static images. What are we doing
Yep.
again?
They're
Yeah.
images.
If you prefer to watch video, knock yourself out. That's where we're at. And the My Anime lists are in the description on Podbean, because that's the way things work around here. Yup.
Hey.
Bong.
Muchas gracias.
Great job.
Mhm.
Yeah, solid.